Okay, people. I said I was not going to do another video, that I was going to use the last of my little charge to look at some notification and see what's going on in the world. But I have to do this one because the conditions of this world has gotten so out of hand. I just watched a video where this 6-year-old girl was arrested. They say she, at school, they say she attacked, had a tantrum, and she kicked and punched 3 employees. Now, we know that when children feel threatened, I don't know why, whether she was having a tantrum, but when 3 employees, 3, come to grab a child and they're having a tantrum, of course they're going to hit back. Now, by the time this Officer Turner got there, she had already calmed down. And this child is crying and telling them don't arrest her because she's calm now. But the officer arrested her. Anyway, now this officer brags that he's arrested 6,000 people so far, and the youngest being 7 years old. So I guess he broke his record by arresting that 7-year-old record by arresting that 6-year-old. The same day, he arrested a 6-year-old boy at another school. He said for a misdemeanor assault. Now the thing is, children fight all the time. It's natural. It's what they do. They fight each other. So now, children can't fight anymore. I've said it over and over again. Take these children out of these schools. They're getting more and more ridiculous for the personnel at the schools to call the police on these little children. It's ridiculous. Especially if she's calmed down. And especially for 2 little boys fighting. It's natural. Kids fight all the time, I'll say. So, your child could be arrested just for doing what comes naturally. Protecting themselves, usually. But, take them kids out of school. Number one, these schools have brainwashed our children all these years. They brainwashed us with made-up history and these classes that we really don't need, like algebra. I've never had to use algebra a day in my life, but it was a required course, even in college. These classes like music, liberal arts, all they're fine at some point, but not for a child's education when he really needs to know how to be self-sufficient and survive in this world. He needs to know how to plant, make clothes, to cook, to survive with nature. Learning music will do nothing for him in this new world. Algebra, again, which he'll probably never use, will do nothing for him in this new world. And if there was a crisis that came about, do you think these things at these schools would locate you and reunite you with your children? Of course not. I'll say it again, a good warning. Take your children out of these schools. They won't try to find you in an SHTF situation to relocate you with your child. So, prepare them at home. If you can't get together in a group and hire somebody who can teach your kids the things that's necessary to make them survive, because if something happened to you, You might know everything you can about prepping and survival. But if the child doesn't have those skills, if something happened to you, the child will perish. They're doing something here that they did in China. They're doing constructions on the roads and streets where they're blocking. Renata, who's in San Francisco, said that they are doing construction blocking the road. But those of you know, they did the same thing in China, so the people could not leave the city. They filled in the tunnels, bulldozed the roads, so people could not leave the city. So if they're starting to do this here in California, it won't be long before it goes all across the country. Where we're locked in our homes, in our cities, our private buildings, because those are the cheapest FEMA camps you can possibly have, is when you lock people down in their own property. So guys, be aware. Get those children out of the schools. It has got to a point of no return. This is ridiculous, where children can't even have a little childish fight. Alright guys, love you. Be informed, be aware.